Hello, Chancellor. We're in the temporal zone, and the legends are on the bridge.
Hello, and welcome to DC FanDome. My name is Chancellor Agard, and I'm with Entertainment Weekly, and this is DC's Legends of Tomorrow panel.
Stalin, Caligula, if they get out, they'll destroy the city.
Okay, got any ideas, Cap?
Just a lot of bad ones. Let's go save the world.
First off, we have Katie Lotz, who plays Wave Rider Co-Captain and the White Canary, Sarah Lance. Nick Zana, who plays Super Historian, Nate Haywood. Kala Ash, who plays futuristic social media influencer and air totem wielder, Zari Tarazi. Jess McCallan, who plays Wave Rider Co-Captain and serial killer podcast host, Ava Sharp. Matt Ryan, who plays self-proclaimed nasty piece of work, John Constantine. Gideon herself, Amy Louise Pemberton. Cheyenne Sobian, who plays the bud-loving air totem wielder, Farad Tarazi. Also, Olivia Swan, who plays Astrologue. Also joining us, we have the producers, executive producer Phil Klemmer, executive producer Keto Shimizu, and executive producer Grania Godfrey. How are you guys doing?
Good job, Chance. That was a lot.
Yeah, it's a mouthful.
Good panel, guys.
Oh. We actually have a blooper reel clip that I will toss to now.
Now, can we kill them? Questionable.
Sorry, I'm just gonna... Oh, that's your own hair. I gotta pull it.
All right, one sec, just... Yeah.
It's good if it's... Let's go!
Is this thing on?
Oh, shit!
Take this. Oh. Not like it. Is that yours or mine?
Hold, please. My phone is talking to me. Let's do that again.
Hello? Yeah, no, I'm doing a scene. It's all right. I'll give you a call back in a bit, yeah?
Wait, give him your camera. Give him your camera, and then he can take it.
Great. Now we can do the scene.
That was wrong. That's okay.
This seems
Just
so hard.
He almost just broke my nose.
It's like here. Wait, focus.
There it is.
Yup, brah.
Way too much.
You're on your own. Figure it out.
You did not nail that one.
Here I am. I'm getting married. It's great.
They're gonna do it.
Get out of the shot!
Nuggets done.
Gideon, run! Save yourself! Going to hell generated a lot of anxiety.
Donna, come.
Stay.
Oh, we're not making this day.
No late night snacks for you, Gary Jr. squared. No late night snacks for you.
We're leaving.
And then we all turned into a giant bevo and it exploded!
CGI it and it'll be exploding and it'll be metal everywhere and spark.
Guys, I'm trying to work. Oh, hey, Craig. Just second unit.
Smile, people!
What? You know, sometimes what happens on this show really would be hard for an audience to follow.
Pick Legends. Nominate us for an Emmy.
Okay.
It's not easy doing it twice.
It's not.
No, it's not. No. And this is why I don't act. I feel like this is a weird thing that we're doing. It's virtual as opposed to in a big convention hall because of everything that's going on. I'm curious, what do you guys think the Legends would be doing right now in their own respective quarantines?
Oh, God.
I think John will be doing what he's always doing, which is having a whiskey and trying not to have a cigarette because he's kind of kicked that habit. So he'd probably just be having a whiskey saying, hey, let the world go by.
I would imagine Nate's falling in love with somebody else and then...
Well, then break the heart.
Virtual romance?
I think Zari's probably like conquered TikTok. TikTok.
Berrod probably would have been the #1 League of Legends player in the world.
I reckon Astra's just lounging around on like a fur rug somewhere, just rolling in money.
but she managed to. Some unwilling soul.
I think Gideon would be getting everyone to do like a Trivial Pursuit, but no one's interested. She's like, number one, question A, guys, like no one cares.
Before talking about season 6, I do want to talk a bit about season 5, which was a major season for the show in many ways. I want to start with Katie. You made your directorial debut this season. What was that experience like for you? What was it like directing your castmates?
They were awesome. It was so much fun. I mean, on so many levels, I learned so much, and it was such a good experience to be able to kind of bond with the crew on that side and get a look under the covers. And the cast was amazing. We had so much fun. I think, after so many years of building rapport with each other, that it made it easier, of course, to kind of, and hopefully, I mean, everybody was really nice. Nobody was a jerk or anything. Except for maybe Matt. Just kidding.
Yeah, Matt. And with that, I mean, also, I feel like this season 5 for Sarah and Ava was really about them sort of learning how to co-captain the Wave Rider. I'm curious though, if this were any other show, if they weren't constantly sort of fighting monsters or aberrations, what do you think? Like, what is sort of Sarah and Ava's like 5-year plan? Like, where do you see them heading towards?
Ava's probably got a very specific 5-year plan. I'm not sure about Sarah. She's kind of just, trying to domesticate her.
Yeah, Sarah takes a day at a time, I think. She's never been one to have the luxury of planning too far into the future. So I think, for her, it's like she's in the moment always.
In season 5, we had 2 newcomers, Cheyenne and Olivia. What was it like for you guys to sort of step onto a show that's 5 seasons in? What surprised you the most about being on Legends in your first year?
How much fun everyone was having. I kind of walked on and was like, right, I have to be so like on it and I have to know everything. And everyone's going to be, obviously everyone's professional. This isn't me saying that no one is, but it's just like, it was so easygoing. And I think I expected to be like proper, like military, and I got very stressed about that, but it was the opposite. Everyone was so chilled and so welcoming and so lovely.
I was definitely nervous going into it, but pretty quickly I was like, oh, okay, this is, it's pretty relaxed and everyone's super chill. So
I mean, Sean, you had the added challenge of having to come in and pretend like you'd already been there for 3 seasons. How did you sort of make that work for yourself?
I just did it, I tried to chat as much as I could with everyone while, there's a lot of downtime on set, and just like get to know everybody here and there, and then, bring in what you can when we're doing this scene, and just keeping it relaxed.
Well, Nick, actually, I wasn't asking you, for you and Cheyenne, I mean, did you guys, because like Nate and Barada are supposed to be best buds in this season, I mean, did you guys do anything to like build that relationship? Like, you guys talk, like, I guess, what did you guys sort of talk about their friendship?
Shy and I got on quick. And like, I knew what he was coming into the same way I knew Maddie and Olivia, what they were coming into. And that's just something that's pre-established. And that's intimidating because I was a new guy on a lot of shows. So I know what it's like to walk in to not knowing everybody. Get out of your head and just be here with us. Like, I know you're nervous because there's like 7 people in the room. Like, even when Maddie did his first scene with us, like, he had to walk in and talk to 8 of us, talk at 8 of us, and then like hit on Wentworth on his way out. So it was like a really big, rough
standard
piece. And I feel that, and I wanted Shy not to have that, and let him know as soon as possible that like, hey man, just be here with us because we're all here with each other, and that's just kind of the way our magic works on the floor.
He did great at that. I remember we had a conversation day 1, and he was like, by day 4, you'll be feeling good. And he was exactly right. Day 4, I was like, I feel like I've been here the whole time. Like, this is great. So he nailed it.
Amy, you're in a unique position where Gideon, you're voicing Gideon, and I think you appear about once a season physically on screen. I mean, what's that experience like for you, sort of doing a lot of your work in a sound booth as opposed to being on the set with the cast that much?
It is always really interesting to like come into it from the other side, but I feel like I see you all the time anyway when I'm dropping the voice in, and I've known Matt from before this, so it, everyone's always super welcoming. And from my little booth in LA,
I'm curious, when you appear on screen as Gideon, I think because often it's usually like inside someone's mind or they're hallucinating, except for in the Legend of Tsunami episode where hallucination. But I'm curious, when you play that, do you play it as how you envision Gideon yourself, or how you think the character you're playing opposite with envisions, like sees her?
Well, I mean, especially with the last one with Gary, we played that a lot because I think he sees her quite Mary Poppins-esque, hence do and everything was like, oh no, should have just done the whole thing. But yeah, so there's definitely an element to that, and I love everything that's always written. Always love what you guys write. It's amazing. So mostly it's been that, yeah.
I mean, this season you introduced a new version of Zari 2.0. And now as of the end of the season, you're continuing on as 2.0. How do you feel about sort of Zari 2.0 becoming the sort of permanent member on the Wave Rider?
I honestly, I do have mixed feelings about it because I really do love both Zari 1.0 and 2.0. So yeah, I was surprised how sort of genuinely sad I was shooting that last episode, and I had these like very split personality moments where I would be like mad at my other self shooting scenes. I would like just be like really angry at 2.0 or vice versa. So yeah, I mean, it's sort of a mixed bag. I'm excited about developing 2.0 further. But yeah, it was sad. It was sad to say goodbye to 1.0.
You're on the Wave Rider with Berai. I mean, what are, I guess for both you and Shai, I mean, what are you most looking forward to sort of exploring about their sibling dynamic that you didn't get a chance to do in season 5?
Yeah, I mean, even though we established this brother-sister relationship, we didn't actually get so much time to get in there before he died and came back to life. So yeah, I mean, I'm sort of interested in, now that like the walls are a little bit down between the two of them, what that, I still think, I mean, I sort of hope it's going to be still a little bit antagonistic brother-sister-y, and I imagine the writers are going in that direction.
Yeah, like some childhood stuff I think would be really interesting, like exploring like what it was like growing up together, Behrad constantly being in the shadow of his older sister who just was amazing at everything. And
even though mom and dad like reading our room notes.
Yeah.
I just know I can feel it.
Yeah. There was a little sister because we had Laurel on early on in the season. Yeah. So there's a little bit, but not nearly as in depth as we get to.
Just as well, like last season, when in lots of the episodes when Tala was playing 1.0 and 2.0, literally it'd be like, okay, everybody, you can take a little break now, take 5, and she'd be like going to the thing, changing into the other one, coming back, and like literally like driving the whole day.
There's a moment in the room where we were discussing like, should we just keep them both forever? Do you remember? And then we were really having these discussions, and we're like, we're gonna kill the crew, we're gonna kill Tala. And there was a moment where
love it though, guys. I do love it.
I know.
I'm ready, but yes, I don't want the crew or any of you to hate me. So yeah.
We'll find a compromise.
For the writers, can you sort of shed a bit more light on what you guys have in store for these two siblings in season 6?
We have a great episode, I think it's number 2 actually, where we really get into exactly what it was like for you, Behrad, to grow up in the shadow of your sister and, having to establish sort of your own thing. And then, you're put into a time period and an undercover identity where you kind of get to do that thing. And she's the outsider, and she's the one who's flummoxed and doesn't know what's going on. And you kind of have to teach her a thing or two. And it's like, it's a really fun, opportunity for us to tell a story that is just about the sibling dynamic without the, the fraughtness of, life or death, or, which one are you, or, trying to bring someone back to life. So this is a season where we're incredibly excited about diving more into the sibling dynamic.
Before we go on to season 6, I have a few more questions. I mean, Matt, the season ended with Constantine getting his soul back. Because for you, how are you sort of feeling about?
Great, man. I've lockdown has been the biggest blessing in. I've come home. I've gathered my soul as Constantine. He's happy. I'm happy. That's it. Going on that journey with the astrologue story is such a huge part of the whole Constantine canon in the comic books and in the original show, and then what we've done with it on Legends and what the guys have written, and to kind of get to a place where that is wrapped up is really, really satisfying, and John is happy, which kind of gives me fear. a quicking fear in my boots because, you know, how long does John stay happy for?
I mean, the other thing too is like Olivia. I mean, Astra will be living with Constantine in his mansion. I mean, I guess for both Olivia and Matt, what are you both sort of looking forward to exploring about their dynamic?
If you kind of put Astra and John living together peacefully, I feel like maybe isn't gonna happen. So I think that it would be really fun to see them trying to cohabitate day in, day out, which is something that is it going to be possible? I don't know.
I love the idea of John being unhappy about him being happy.
Season 5 featured, just off the top of my head, so many really fun and interesting episodes. Mortal Kombat, the one where we're trapped on TV, Mr. Parker's cul-de-sac. For all of you, what were some of your favorite moments from this past season?
The episode where we're trapped on TV is my favorite.
Yeah, I think that's mine as well.
Yeah.
It's an amazing episode, yeah.
We all attacked that with a very happy heart, and we all like saw what it was going to look like while working to make it, and that kind of drove us through like the hard part of making that episode.
It was really cool to become different characters, different universe. Like it's like for doing Star Trek, our little version of Star Trek. We had so much fun doing that.
And seeing Jess, you know, with her ears, and Katie doing, you know, William Shatner. I mean, I think like there were moments, weren't there, Nick, when we were sitting in the trailer and we were like, this is the most bonkers, ambitious episode that has ever been done on the show. It was great to kind of to pull it off and really good fun.
It should be noted, William Shatner tweeted Katie after that episode aired.
Really? Did he?
Yeah, he did.
No way.
Get some harsh
Yeah, it was
criticism of my impersonation.
Guggenheim directed that episode, and I remember on the day being like, okay, we were doing a little Spock Shatner throwback fun. Okay, we'll do like a little Sarah and, you know, Ava as Spock and Shatner. And Mark kept pushing us to do in rehearsal, like more. I want the cadence more. And Katie and I were like ran before the take and just started YouTube deep character study, like YouTube Googling how William Shatner talks and like how to do the cadence and how to do more. Like I lowered my register and my voice. I mean, it was insane. It was ridiculous.
Season 5 ended with Sarah being getting abducted by aliens. The writers, what's in store for Sarah in season 6?
Well, I don't know if we want to spoil too much, but I'll say with Sarah away, it's like the kids kind of go crazy. I feel like Sarah's kind of one of the grounding influences on the show. The other might be Zari 1.0, but because she's in a totem, everyone's going a little bonkers in her absence. So we really looked at this season in terms of what would it do to people to have Sarah missing.
Yeah, and I think, you know, Ava obviously would be a worthy replacement, but she obviously takes Sarah's absence the hardest, and she starts to, you know, get a little bit frayed around the edges as well. So it leaves a bit of a power vacuum, which, you know, unlikely people have to step up to fill.
Don't worry, we're not losing Sarah from this story. We will be tracking her adventure, even as she is separated from the team.
This show is such an ensemble show. I mean, what has it been like for you guys to sort of write these episodes when you have one of the lead characters completely separate from the rest of the cast? How's it been like writing those stories and breaking those stories and finding that balance?
I mean, it's useful when we can just focus on a single character or a pair of characters. I mean, the trouble we get into is when we want to try to tell too many stories at once. And so like every season we kind of resolve to like pare it down and to try to simplify things. Believe it or not, like simplicity is really kind of like a luxury on a show like ours that is so crazy and complicated. It's nice to slow down once in a while. And to, you know, to realize like, okay, yes, we'll get to that story eventually, but like right now, let's just try to focus on something that's, you know, a little more manageable in scale.
I think we're also, as a room, really proud of how much joy this show can bring. And especially right now, it feels like everyone needs to see this show. So it's fun to feel like we have a real purpose right now.
I feel like the writers on this show are very close. What has it been like having to break a season via Zoom and not being in the physical room together?
We all really miss each other, but especially in the early months of the pandemic when there was so much uncertainty and so many questions, it actually was a really great sort of grounding daily activity to have to check in with each other and to see each other's faces. This is going to be a season that will hopefully bring a lot of joy and hope to people who watch it.
Mm-hmm. And the season, I know we're also getting a new legend this season. What can you guys tease about this new character that's coming on the Wave Rider?
She is a young Latinx woman from Texas who was kidnapped by aliens and is kind of got a thirst for vengeance. And so she's going to come up this ship, and she's not going to be the lovable losers that we normally have. She's going to be someone who is pretty tough and gives it to the other legends, and they're going to all have to react to her. And I think it's going to throw them off their feet a little bit.
If everyone joins the ship and is our best friends immediately, I mean, where's the story there? Like, you gotta earn that. You gotta earn your spot in the family,
There's a reason that so many characters have taken these kind of drastic turns. I mean, Jess came in as the straight woman at the Time Bureau, and then we realized, like, oh my God, we've got like Lucille Ball, like she could do comedy, so like why are we making her do the serious stuff?
And this season's about aliens, and aliens are well-tried territory, both in the Arrowverse, also on TV. I mean, how are you guys trying to put your own spin on that? What does this season look like? I guess how do aliens sort of change the game for the show? I guess, and challenge the theme in a different way.
Yeah, I mean, every season we try to go bigger and zanier, which is also interesting this season with trying to be safe and film during possible quarantines. But I feel like if any show can do it, the Legends can do it.
Yeah, we're trying to really lean into some genres, like alien genres, which is, that's not, Supergirl does their own version of aliens, and we're really trying to make it feel and look different. We're really, putting our own stamp on it.
Nate has endured just tons of loss over his few scenes on the show. His great-grandfather, his father, Amaya, Zari 1.0, Ray. What's in store for Nate in season 6, and is there sort of any hope for him? I guess like on the horizon for him.
For everything that you just said, Chance. I mean, we're acknowledging that. It's been a tough run for Nate, and as someone who always tries to be like the cool guy who puts his like positive spin on things, like we're gonna be okay, it's gonna be fine. It's getting harder and harder for him to do that.
Well, now it's time to move on to the true or false question/game. I'll read a statement, and you guys need to tell me if it's true or false. The first round is our Wave Rider round. First question: we have physically seen the character of Gideon 3 times over the course of the series. True or false?
It's once every season.
Once over the season, yes.
So it's false.
So, yeah. Amy, you'd know this one.
I was like, how many have I read? Oh, yeah.
Yes, it's actually 4 times. So next one, Neil McDonough, who played Damien Dark, once disappeared from set to coach his kid's soccer game. True or false?
True.
True.
Totally true.
True.
That's cute. Say it's true.
Okay, this one.
What's the answer? Wait, what was the answer?
True. Oh, sorry, it's true. It's true. Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's true.
It's true, yeah. DC's Legends of Tomorrow was originally planned to be an anthology series. True or false?
False.
True.
True.
Phil?
What's an anthology series?
Yeah,
false.
True.
True.
Yeah, Katie and Cheyenne were right. It was. That is true. And finally, for this round, Mr. Parker was just a random name that sounded nice. True or false?
True.
True.
It sounds like a true thing.
False, actually. Mr. Parker is named after Phil's assistant, Ian Parker.
Who knew?
Did Matt
just say how much we all love the guy who played Mr. Parker. He's just like the most.
Brilliant!
It's just like
He's so great.
For season 1, the only British legend that wears a trench coat is John Constantine. True or false?
False.
False it is, yes, because there's also Rip, R.I.P. 2, symptoms of time travel include all of the following: nausea, vomiting, vertigo, temporary blindness, flatulence, and in rare instances, bleeding from the eyeballs. True or false?
True.
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 Sure.
True. That is true.
Actually, it's false. Flatulence is not a symptom of time travel.
Wouldn't the legends know?
Really?
I mean, the legends know best.
No. How do you know, Chancellor?
Fair. I'll give that one to you guys.
I think Ava can contest to that.
Okay, for season 2, George Lucas is responsible for the powers of 2 of the 8 legends in season 2. True or false?
Responsible?
Yeah.
False.
False.
I'd say true.
I'm sticking with true.
Because
It's weird.
He's doing lots of.
It's
Yes.
true.
You became a historian because of Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, but I became a superhero because of us.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have been a superhero unless you were a historian.
Little vague.
Again, I'm reading what I was given.
There's a whole episode about it. Where when he decided not to finish film school, suddenly you became a yoga instructor, and what did Ray become?
Oh,
You guys both lost your powers.
That was fun.
Okay, season 3, and I think this is going to be an easy one. The team uses the totems to join their powers to become Elmo and defeat Malice in an epic Wild West showdown. True or false?
Malice. No, it is Malice. False.
Well, it's not Elmo.
No,
It's
Bebo. When Ava recruits Constantine to help with Sarah's possession, she finds him chasing a pig around the room. True or false?
True.
No, it was a chicken. It was a rooster.
Jess is right. Yeah. For season 4, so in a truly meta episode, the team is split into multiple timelines, very similar to TV shows, like Custodians of the Chronology, Sirens of Space-Time, The Fellowship of Tomorrow, Kittens of Meow Meow, and Puppets of Tomorrow. True or false?
No, there was no Kittens of Meow Meow, and the one before that as well, Legends of Meow Meow or something.
False. Chance.
False. That's correct. Yeah, Fellowship of Tomorrow and Kittens of Meow Meow were not real thing. Finally, for season 5, Ava Sharp's podcast on serial killers is called Slay Anything. True or false?
True, isn't it?
I don't think so, but that's a good name.
Is that the episode name?
That's the episode name.
It's false. It's called Stabcast.
Stabcast.
Cisco brought his own dragon microphone when he performed in the season 5 finale. True or false?
True.
We have some fan questions that we've received from around the world, apparently. So from the first one, it comes from the Philippines. Legends has a lot of musical moments. Is a full-blown musical episode in the cards?